So Lilah, for real, super awesome having you in our community, first of all, and you've just been an amazing person to get to know. So I want to hear you explain who you serve and what kind of transformation you bring to them, because I'm watching people talk about you online, and it's really amazing.
Awesome. So yeah, I work with coaches and mostly female coaches, but I, have worked with men in the past. And I started out helping them design their brands. And over the last couple of years, with just the experience that I've had and how I've learned to market and get visible with my own business, I've now turned that into what people come to me for. So people come to me to get visible, to gain the confidence, to get clear on their messaging, and then to actually be able to market, not only in a way that is like really good and effective, but is kind of becomes a habit for them. It's just a part of their life. Over the last 10 years, I've had 2 kids. My husband and I have moved like a ton of times. We've just had kind of a crazy life. And I remember telling myself when I was pregnant with my second, and they're only 18 months apart. So I had a little 18-month-old running around and I was exhausted, but I told myself that if I could do one thing every day to get visible, then I will have accomplished something good in my business that day. And, kind of stack that over 10 years. And now I have a great network. I have a huge audience. I've got people who not only follow me and hang out with me, but trust me to give them advice and to help them get their idea out into the world. So I've worked with a lot of different brands over the years, but I really love the coaches, because the coaches of the world are like the encouragers and the exhorters and the people who actually, I feel like, make a difference in people's lives. So I've worked with coaches in all different niches, but they're mostly life or business coaches. And the thing that sets them apart is really like their specific transformation. So the story that they tell, the thing that they provide, the change that they help make in someone's life can be as simple as like kicking a drinking habit, or, getting more in shape, or, taking care of yourself when you have a really high-powered career. It's just little things, but they're actually effective in accomplishing them and helping people to accomplish them too. So I come alongside them and I help them craft a message that is unique to them and they get really excited about and is really easy for them to talk about. And then I help them put that online in a beautiful and cohesive and consistent way so that they don't have to think about marketing. They just get to go be their brand. Mm-hmm. So that's, when you break it down, it's like logo design and social media templates and, cover photos and, having like your brand principles all laid out and having it all in a pretty style guide. And, those are kind of the deliverables, but the transformation that happens is that they all of a sudden know what they stand for and how they want to come off to people. And then they actually feel equipped to have those conversations with people because they know how to help. There's a lot of clarity and confidence that comes with that, but I think that it kind of boils down to them really understanding who they are and why they're here, and then conveying that correctly to the people around them. And that causes, a lot of results, like they get to be booked out and they get to have money and they get to, stop being like a struggling entrepreneur and all of those good things. But it also like gives them room to create and really become, who they feel like they're called to be.
Mm-hmm. That's so cool. So here's what I know you to be. And this is when I just see you doing your thing out there, I realize that there's a lot of people who can bring a deliverable, like a logo or website or the right copy or the right tagline or the whatever. But, it's lonely at the top, they say. And if a coach is making 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, whatever they're making, it seems like no matter where we are in that business continuum, we always feel like we're right on the edge of failure. Mm-hmm. We always feel like we're just barely hanging on, and having somebody on the outside helping us clarify that message and that thing that we can do over and over and over without burning out to keep telling our story, and having someone to cheer us on and tell us, mm-hmm. Hey, you're not alone. I got your back. Let's do this together. That's just the cheerleader part of that. And having someone come alongside you is so amazing. Someone who's not your competition, who's not judging you as a client, yep. Who's not going to, say you can't show up on the next stage you got to speak at, but somebody who's truly in your corner no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've seen it a couple of times this month with some of the higher ticket clients I've booked, is they're like, I had this idea to like do this thing one day, whether it's like launching a podcast or creating a membership site or whatever. And then they tell it to me and they're like, but one day. And I'm like, we could do that. Like, in the next 6 weeks. Is that something you want to do? And they're like, yes, that's what I want to do.
Right.
So it's like someone to believe in you, but then also to make it happen, because it's not that hard to figure stuff like that out. And yeah, it's like the look on their faces is always so like priceless.
That's fantastic. Well, Lilah, thanks for being truly one of those awesome cheerleaders out there who's the real deal. And I'm going to drop your info, how people can connect to you and all that stuff below this video, because I know those links sometimes change, but I want to make sure they can always have an active link. So truly, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being a real person in this space that we all have a part in, but there's a lot of noise out here, and there's some good ones and some bad ones, just like in any area of life, but you're one of the good ones. And I'm just so proud of you, and honestly super proud to have you in a community that I get to be part of. It's fun, and it's an honor to be in the same space with you. So thanks.
Thanks, Chris. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.